Okay. Great. So we went from no requests, nobody was saying anything, to ribs, neck, low back. I like it. So we'll make sure we touch on all those areas. But that being said, when we do these practices that are, full body practices, I don't necessarily change what I was gonna do, but I bring more awareness to those areas. So if you have something going on in your body and it happens to not be one of the things that someone said, still focus on that area throughout your practice. So if you have something going on in your shoulder, and I'm not specifically focusing on shoulders, just know every time we move, you just be aware and tune in to where you're feeling what you're feeling. That's super important. So as you practice, you want to just recognize how the poses make you feel and what you feel and where you feel. So that's really important. And then just be able to breathe through. So whatever you're feeling, we're just going to continue to breathe through to process all of it. So let's start laying down on the back. So when you come to laying down on your back, that's your time at the beginning of your practice to do a little check-in. And each day when you come to your practice is brand new. So it's almost like you get a brand new body every day. You never know how it's going to feel or what parts of the body are going to feel different or how you slept on it, or I always feel something different every day. So just take this practice as brand new. And even just coming to your mat here, just check in, see how you feel. Start with the muscles in the face. I've been clenching my jaw a lot lately, so I'm going to really focus on the next hour or so trying to relax my jaw. That's an area in my body that I've been carrying a lot of tension. Also check in with the neck and shoulders, shoulder blades, around the rib cage and lungs. Let your back be completely supported by the floor beneath you here. Relaxing the hips and legs. And then begin that deep breathing. So breathe deeper than you normally do. With any experience that we have or any thought we have, we create feelings, we experience feelings, and we experience those feelings, which are just vibrations in the body. And then we connect and process and relate to and interact with those feelings by focusing on the breath. Same with feelings, that physical things that we feel in the body, pain or aches or things that just don't feel right. We connect with the breathing, connect with the breath to help process the emotions and to help lessen the intensity of what we're feeling. So just take this time here to breathe in through the nose and breathe out of the mouth. So anytime you're not in your practice and you're feeling something that you need to connect with or process, my amount of time is usually 5 minutes. I remove myself from wherever I am. I take 5 minutes to just breathe deeply. It is an amazing tool, and especially for yogis, since you already know how to work with your breath, it's amazing how quickly the body reacts to just your breathing. So let's just start to add some movement here. Draw the knees into the chest. Hug them in, lift the low back so that you can ground down through the low back. So when you lift it, you're stretching it and lengthening it, and then you're bringing it back down so it's supported by the floor beneath you. You can gently roll left to right. We can make some circles with the knees in one direction and then maybe the other. And then keeping the knees soft, we're going to inhale, take the arms up overhead. Go nice and slow, see what you feel. I have a bolster behind me because I feel like I need a little extra support today in the shoulders. So if you feel like you need extra support in any pose that we come into, use what you can, what you have at home. On your next inhale, we're going to ease the feet up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, just gently hug the knees into the chest. Inhale again, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug in. 1 more time, just like that. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take the left foot down to the floor. We're going to reach the right foot up to the ceiling. And you're just going to interlace your hands behind the right thigh. We'll point and flex the right foot. Notice what you feel here. We'll bend and straighten the right knee. And you don't have to go all the way straight, don't worry. And then we're just going to pause to your deepest expression of this pose. So if your knee is bent and your foot is soft, totally fine. If you want to straighten your left leg, flex your right foot and straighten your right leg a little bit more, keeping the knee soft, that's fine too. Just be wherever you want to be in this pose. Maybe you take your hands higher up the leg, maybe you reach for your foot, just wherever you're comfortable. Find your deepest expression without going past it. If you go past it, you're pushing, you're pulling, you're yanking, you're forcing. So you go to your fullest expression and then pause there and breathe and let it soften. Even if your deepest expression today is different than what it usually is, that's okay. It's where you are today. There's nothing wrong. That's where you're supposed to be. Breathe deeply. You can roll the back of the head left to right, easing into the neck. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From here, you're just going to hug the right knee into the chest. Pause. Anything you want to do with the foot, feel free. And then we're just going to cross the right leg over to the left. Try to keep your right hip down. And then we'll extend the right leg, holding on to the right leg with support. And again, your deepest expression doesn't have to be the same as mine or where you were last time you practiced. Just go where you feel your edge today. So lengthening through the leg, flexing the foot. You want to do the work. You don't want to just kind of like half be in the pose and be like, yeah, it feels okay. You want to really find your deepest expression of the pose. And that means you're feeling a deep stretch. It's not a pull. And then as you breathe, you can feel a release. If you don't feel a release, check in. Are you gripping? Are you holding your breath? Are you not able to relax because something else is going on? Try to relax into the pose and breathe. Finding softness. You can roll your head left to right if you'd like to add in the neck. Just gets nice movement into the neck. I actually feel this in between my shoulder blades because that's where I've been feeling tight. Coming up into the upper back. So just feel what you feel in the body. Allow your breath to focus on those areas and find relief, release. Let it go. right leg. We'll bring it back into the chest. Bend the left knee. Come into a figure 4. Right ankle crosses over the left leg above the knee. And then just reach for the back of your left thigh, drawing the left knee in, and then a gentle tilt over to the left. So keep both shoulder blades down. The tilt is just in the shape of the legs. And really allow that hip to soften. We carry a lot of physical tightness in the hips as well as emotional tension. People often feel that in the hips, but you don't even know you're feeling it in the hips until you come into a hip opener, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm really carrying a lot there. So just allow the body to receive your breath. Let the nervous system relax. Let your mind stay focused on what you're doing right now. Let the chatter be quiet. Let your thoughts be calm. And let your breath flow deeply. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's release the hands. We're going to let the left foot come down to the floor. Right thigh is going to cross over the left, scooting your hips over to the right. So, take your hands to support your rib cage here just for a moment, especially because we were talking about pain in the rib cage. I want you to take your left foot and just roll it to its pinky side so that your legs start to go over to the left. Your legs are going over to the left. Maybe your right foot touches the floor. If anywhere along the way you feel discomfort in your back, in your rib cage, in the low back, then just bring it back up nice and slow using your core. Uncross the legs and try again. Take it slow. Anywhere you might feel pain, pause, bring it back up, and then put some support right here. You can put a bolster or blocks. Super important when we come into these twists that you don't allow yourself to go past your deepest expression. And your deepest expression of the pose today means you're working with everything you have going on today, whether it's an injury, whether it's stress, whatever you have going on. So just relax the arms once you're in your shape and then breathe. You can turn your head over your right shoulder. Breathe deeply, feel the rise and fall of your belly. Any adjustments you need to make with the legs. Let the eyes be closed. Let the jaw be relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in and down as you bring your legs back to center. Uncross them. Even out the hips. Hug the knees into the chest. 3 breaths here, nice and slow. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. Let's let the right foot come down to the floor. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. And then just pause here. Notice what you feel. You can point and flex the left foot. You can bend and straighten the left knee, just kind of easing in, seeing what you feel. If you want to straighten the right leg, you can. If you want to flex the left foot, you can. And if you want to straighten the left leg a little bit more, you can. So wherever you are today, you can be soft, relaxing the knee and foot, or you can be deep. It's up to you. Just breathe. You can turn your head left to right. Just getting nice movement into the neck. It's good for the upper part of the spine. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, let's hug the left knee into the chest. Move the foot around a little bit. We'll pass the left knee over to the right and then extend the left leg. So supporting the leg in any way you need. So you want to go deep to the point where you can still deeply breathe. If all of a sudden your breath gets short and you're tensed up in your neck and jaw, then back off a little bit. You want to go deep, but then be able to breathe so you can process through and lessen the intensity. So if you're feeling the whole time you're in that peak level of intensity, then back off a little. You want to find the pose soften. You want to feel a relief, a release. Relax the shoulders. Feel free to turn the head left to right. I often forget to add this part of the pose in, but it always feels so good just to move the neck with the back of the head supported by the floor. Take a full deep breath in here, and then as you exhale, we'll bring the left knee into the chest, bend the right knee, left ankle crosses over the right leg above the knee. And then you can sway left to right a little bit with the legs, supporting your rib cage. Or you can just reach for the back of the right thigh, since I can't remember what I did on the other side. When I teach 2 classes in a row, I sometimes forget. Was that the last class, or was that right now? I get lost in my own practice sometimes. So just drawing the right knee in towards your right shoulder, going deep into the hip. Relax through the face and jaw. Feel your back melting down into the mat. You're completely supported. Relaxing through the hip joint. That will help release tightness in the low back. So going through the hamstring, the IT band, and the hip really helps with low back tightness and pain. Because it's all connected. Take one more full breath in here. And then as you exhale, let's release. The right foot comes down. Left thigh will cross over the right thigh. Hips scoot a little bit over to the left. Hold on to the rib cage if you want that support as you're starting to roll to the pinky side of your right foot. Let the legs gently go over to the right. This is a super deep twist, so just go gently. Stop wherever you need to. If you have something to put underneath the legs for support, you can put that there. Or you can uncross the legs. You can open up the left knee, whatever you need to do here. You can turn your head over your left shoulder. And then just breathe through. So try to find some softness from the middle of the back, all around the rib cage, especially as you breathe, down through the low back and the hips. A really nice way to condition your lungs is to breathe deeply when you're in a twist. It really helps to open the rib cage and develop a greater lung capacity. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your belly down as you bring the legs back up. That helps protect the back by using your core. Uncross the legs, hug the knees into the chest. And then you can rock left to right, roll to one side and press yourself up to sit. Or you can rock front to back and bring yourself up to sit. When you come to sit, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. If you feel tightness in your hips or low back, feel free to put something underneath your seat. You can put a folded blanket or a bolster. So we're just going to pause here, moving through your back and your spine. And just notice, I want you to notice where you might feel tightness, where you might feel tension. Maybe you don't feel any and you can just flow right through. So just take a deep breath in. As you lift the chin, drop the shoulders and press the chest forward. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin round the back. Let the head drop down. Inhale, lift the chin, open through the chest. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift the chin, open through the chest, and exhale, tuck and round. Coming back up to a straighter back. Lengthen through your spine, take a breath in. As you exhale, just hinge from your hips. So it's the crown of the head that's reaching forward here. Lengthen through the inner thighs and outer thighs. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, completely melt the upper body down. So let the head hang heavy. This is going to release tightness that you might feel in the neck. You can even tuck your chin to get a little bit deeper in the neck. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the expansion in the rib cage and your back. So with the chin tucked in, you're going to roll your left ear to your left shoulder, pull your right shoulder down, and then roll to the other side. Just moving the head, so you're keeping your spine centered. You're just moving the head to get a little bit into the neck. You can lift your head a little higher when you come over to the side and then drop it back down, roll to the center, over to the right, lift it, and down. So we're using the weight of the head to create a little bit of resistance to release tightness and tension in the neck. We're going to get a little bigger. So when you go over to the right next time, take your whole torso with you, press your left hip down. Come back to the center, roll to the left. Feel the stretch in your low back as you press your right hip down. So just sway a little bit left to right, nice and slow. Letting go through the shoulder blades, through the low back, and through the neck. And then when we come back to center, you're going to thread each hand underneath your lower half of your legs. So your hands are down. Your forearms and elbows do not need to be down, just the hands. You're going to push down with your legs as if you're trying to hold your hands down. And you're going to try to lift up with the arms like you're trying to resist into the legs. So you have that action going on. Then you're going to imagine that someone has their hands around your rib cage and they're pulling you back. Let your head drop down. This is a nice stretch for the middle of your back, through the shoulder blades. relax the shoulders down. You might feel this in your low back and neck as well. But just push down with the legs and up with the arms. Pull the belly in, but you're still breathing. So you're not holding the breath, even though you're holding this very active pose. Lots of things are going on. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, soften and slowly make your way up. Let's let the legs go out straight in front, hands by your sides for support, and then just shake the legs out a little bit. So the backs of the legs are bumping against the floor. Okay, we're going to transition onto hands and knees. If you want to put a folded blanket or towel under your knees for a little extra support, you can. Okay. So we're going to come right up onto hands and knees. Knees are underneath your hips. We're going to curl the toes under, drop the belly, and lift the chin on your inhale. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin. Really get into the neck and back here. Tops of the feet pressed down. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale, curl the toes under, lift the chin. And exhale, tuck and round. Okay, so from here, for the person, I forget your name because I didn't look at your name, but I know your face. For the person that was talking about the rib cage, the left hand is going to come down. This is also going to help everybody with their back and shoulders, but I want the person that was talking about the rib cage to really feel what you feel here and don't experience pain. So the left hand is going to move in just a little bit. The right hand is going to reach up towards the right. Let the hand dangle down. You're reaching with your right elbow and the upper arm and shoulder. And then as you exhale, just thread the right hand through, bend the left elbow, and lean down just to hover. Inhale, open. Don't worry about the hand. Feel the shoulder blade like a wing. Exhale, thread through, so it's a gentle twist. One more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, thread through. I'm going to show you the deepest expression first, and then I'll show you how to modify. Reach all the way through. Lower the hand, arm, right shoulder down. Right side of the head is down. Your left hand is on the floor. Tented left fingers, and then just a gentle push back. I feel this a lot in the right side of my rib cage and underneath my right shoulder. I don't want you to feel any pain. This is just a nice way to get into that area that might be tight. If you need to modify, your legs are more in a child's pose. Hands are out in front, and then you're just threading your right arm through, but still letting just your forehead come down. So this is taking it out of the rib cage and back and just bringing it more into the shoulders and shoulder blade. So whatever pose you're in, I'm going to stay here modified, but you guys are in that thread the needle pose. Really feel your left shoulder blade reaching for the right. Breathe deeply. Like I said, it's really important to breathe deeply in twists, opening up the rib cage and conditioning the lungs. Really good for the lungs. Take one more breath in, and then when you're ready, we're going to come back up. Take the right arm, just let it come up as a little release, and then the right hand comes down. Switching sides. So now the right hand moves into the center a little bit. Left hand, inhale. Hand hangs down. You're just leading with the upper arm and shoulder. Exhale, thread through. Soft right elbow. Inhale, reach the arm out. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, reach the arm out. Exhale. exhale, thread through. If this is too much, sink right back into a child's pose. If you're okay here, come on to your left shoulder, left side of the head. Right fingertips are on the floor. You're pushing your right shoulder blade towards your left shoulder blade. Breathe deeply into your back and into your side ribs, into the rib cage. Super important to breathe deeply in a pose like this. Try to find the softness around the lungs. Notice what you're feeling in the shoulder blades, in the back. Getting a nice twist in the neck as well. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, right hand comes down, left hand reaches to the left, and then comes back down. Okay, let me just take this sweatshirt off. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to sink back into a child's pose here. So the knees are going to go wide. Hips are sinking towards your feet. Your hands are going to rest on the floor by your feet. And you're just going to rock left to right. So let your forehead roll. Let your hips roll. Let your arms and shoulders just relax. All right, coming back to center. Take your chin, so you're going to lift your head a little bit for a second. Take your chin, tuck it in about an inch, let your head drop down. So now maybe your hairline is touching the mat. Roll left to right. So you're rolling your hips and you're rolling through the top of your forehead. Coming back to center, lift the head a little bit, tuck your chin a little bit more, lower the head down. So now maybe you're a little bit higher than your hairline. Rock left to right. This is really good massage for the head, really good for tension headaches, really good for migraines, and releasing tightness and tension in the neck. We're going to come back to center one more time. Tuck the chin a lot. Drop the head down. If you are at the center of your head or past it, then come out a little bit. You want to still be more towards the front of your head. And then roll. Left to right. Feel the weight of the head down into the mat. And then we'll come back to center. Hands are going to reach out in front, and you're going to come up onto hands and knees. You're going to step one foot back, then the other, just to set up where your knees are supposed to be. So you're in plank pose for a moment. If this feels really good and you like feeling this strength, you can stay. Otherwise, drop the knees and just pause there. So we'll take about 3 breaths here. So just breathing in, you can be in high plank pose, or you can have the knees down. Okay, we're all going to bring the knees down, and you're going to relax the tops of your feet down. Your shoulders are over wrists, and we're going to move with breath. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, it's one straight line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Bend the elbows to lower about halfway down, and then inhale, push back up. One straight line. Exhale, hips go back. Good. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, one straight line, lower the chest halfway down. Inhale, push back up, no back bend. Exhale, hips go back. 3 more times, just like that. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, bend the elbows to lower. You can lower a little or a lot. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, back. Building a lot of strength here in the bones, in your shoulders. Forward on the inhale, down on the exhale, up on your inhale, exhale back. One more time. I've lost count, and maybe it's 2 more times, I'm not sure. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, hips go back. Let's just do one more since I lost count. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. This should feel really good to flow and build some strength. Lower down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, back. Pause. Relax your hands by your feet. Head comes down. Check in with your breath. Just 3 breaths here, so one more. Okay, coming back up onto hands and knees. Now we're going to lower down onto forearms. You're going to step one foot back, then the other foot back. Now you're in forearm plank. Super important. When someone said they wanted to work on low back, this is really important for your low back. You want to have strength in your core. If you need to modify and your back is hurting you here, lift your hips a little higher. If you need to drop the knees, then make sure you have the tops of the feet down and you're pushing down with your feet. That'll fire up the muscles in your core a little bit more. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders, your chest is wide open. Your belly button is drawing in and up as if you're trying to get it to touch your low ribs. Face is relaxed, hands are relaxed, legs are strong and straight, and your breath is flowing with ease, right? Right. Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. 2 more like that. Full breath in, full breath out. One more time. Full breath in. As you exhale, come on down to your belly. Hands come underneath your forehead stacked. Bend your knees and windshield wiper the legs left to right. If you feel discomfort when you're on your stomach for your low back, you can put something underneath your hips. So if you put either a folded blanket or a towel underneath your hips, it will take the dip out of your low back and will offer some more support. Okay, we're going to take the tops of the feet down. We're going to take your hands on the floor by your chest. Elbows are back, forehead is down. These poses are not meant to be deep back bends. I don't teach back bending. This is supposed to strengthen the muscles in your back. So you're getting a little bit of a bend, a little bit of movement and flexibility, which is important so you're not totally stiff as a board. But it's really important to work on strengthening the muscles in our backs. So as we inhale for a baby cobra, you're going to lift your hands off the floor. I don't want you using your hands to push you up. I want you to use your back. So hands are going to hover. Inhale, lift. And you're probably saying, well, I'm barely even lifting. That's where I want you to be. That's your inhale. Exhale, lower down. Just as slow, you can let the hands touch. Inhale, lift. Let those hands hover. Pull the shoulders back. Exhale, lower. Relax. Inhale, lift. Your face is looking down, not forward. Hands are hovered, shoulder blades coming together in the back as you pull your elbows back. Exhale, lower. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, lift. If this is hurting you or causing pain, then don't come up anywhere near as high. Find your deepest expression. Inhale, lift. Maybe it's just an inch. Feel the back strengthening. This is really good for posture. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Shoulders are back. Hands are hovering. This doesn't need to be high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Make a pillow with your hands under your forehead. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your legs left to right. Relax the shoulders. All right, tops of the feet are going to come down. Hands are going to come by your chest. And here, this is not a back bend. You're going to push yourself up and back, but try to keep your back straighter and strong. And if you're not sure what I'm saying, I don't want you to do this to come up. I want you to do this to come up. So come on up and back. Coming into a child pose, we're going to come into something called bored child. If you have kids and you've had quarantine, we all know what bored children look like. It's not pretty, but this is a good pose for the neck and shoulders. You're going to bring your hands to the floor and bring your palms together for a second. Bend your elbows, and then you're going to open your hands and take your chin into your hands. So you're sinking your shoulders down. Your chin is supported. You're getting a nice stretch to the front of the throat and to the back of the neck. Relax your shoulders. This looks like a bored child, doesn't it? So just breathe here. And then slowly release the hands. We're going to walk the hands back to the knees as you lift your hips off your feet, curling the toes under. We're going to lift the knees and come up onto your feet as you hang in a forward bend with your belly on your thighs. So hang there. Your hands can be down for support. You can be holding on to opposite elbows if you want to. So from here, heel toe your feet together, knees are together, belly is on your thighs. Take your hands up onto above your knees and push your arms a little bit straighter so that you're looking forward. Chest is lifted, belly is in. There's not a deep arch in your low back here. Hands will come to your heart center. We're going to inhale, straighten the legs, lift the hands up. Exhale, sink right back down. Hands at your heart center, you're looking forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Strong legs here. Take a deep breath in and then just let the arms come down and legs are going to go kick them out. You're going to go straight. Okay, so we're going to stand with our feet in a wide straddle. So feet are wide. Outer edges of your pinkies of your feet are parallel to the mat. Soften your knees just as you come down to bring your hands down to the floor, fingertips, and then maybe you can straighten your legs. So if your hands are way out in front, that's fine. Maybe you can bring them in a little bit more. Let your head hang heavy here. We're going to take the left hand straight down. Inhale. Open your right hand to the right. A little twist here. Make sure this feels okay. Don't go far if it doesn't, especially in the rib cage. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Sorry, I'm saying that I messed up the side. So inhale, lift your left hand. And then exhale, bring the left hand down. Inhale, right hand. Exhale, down. So let's just do this with your own breaths. You're going to inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, back. If anything is hurting, you can just place your hand right on your thigh, twist a little bit, and then come back to center. You don't have to reach your whole hand up. Maybe you reach the hand up, but you don't twist. You keep your head down. and just do the arm for the shoulder. So see where you are, see what feels okay, and then just move with your breath, flowing left to right. Use your inhale to come up, exhale to come down. We'll take 3 more breaths. So inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, and just one more. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale, and exhale. I want it to be even on both sides. Okay, from here, you're going to heel toe your feet together as the knees are bent, and then hands on your thighs. Slowly make your way up to stand. Okay, my head might be cut off, but that's okay. So you're going to stand at the front of your mat, and we're going to do a few mini sun salutations just to clear the head, clear the mind, get everything flowing and moving in a positive way so that when you end your practice and you come off your mat, you're feeling energized, fired up, and ready for the day. So inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, soft knees, fold down to the floor. Let your hands touch, knees are bent. Inhale, hands on shins or thighs to a flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs, bent knees. Inhale, roll all the way up. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We're going to do 2 more, just like that. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Just use your breath. Inhale, come halfway up, hands on shins or thighs. Exhale, soft knees, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. Last time. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause. And then from here, just slowly lower yourself down to the floor so you can come onto hands and knees. We'll send the feet to one side as you roll to the opposite hip. Send the legs around to the front and make your way back down onto your back. So take your time to get there. Hugging the knees into the chest. Rocking left to right. You can make some circles with the knees in one direction and then the other. Knees are going to come wide. Feet are going to lift. You can either hold on under the knees, hold on to the ankles, or hold on to the outsides of your feet for a gentle, happy baby. Relax the shoulders. Feel your tailbone tilted down. Lengthen through the spine. Release any last bit of tightness or tension in the shoulders, in the neck, in the low back, and in the hips. You can rock left to right. And then when you're ready to release, you can let your feet come down and find your final relaxation pose, Shavasana. Using any props that you might need for support under the legs. You can keep the knees bent if you want. Let the arms completely relax. your breath just flow with ease. And maybe if you'd like, you can set an intention for the rest of your day. How you would like the rest of your day to go. Letting all the positive energy that we've created in this practice as we released and let go of any negativity or heaviness, so that we can go about the rest of our day feeling positive and light, and like Richard was at the beginning of the practice, energized. Just take these last few moments to just be still and be quiet and be peaceful. Slowly allow your breath to get a little bit deeper. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana, you can. If you're ready to come out, you can slowly start to bring some small movements into the body. You can move the fingers and the toes. You can move the head and neck. And then slowly and gently you can transition out of Shavasana. And you can come to seated. Just sit for a moment. Sit with yourself. Let your practice settle. Take the right hand over the heart, the left hand over the right hand. And remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here with each other, but we're here for each other. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste.